It is the holiday season, y'all. We are live.
We're live again. Hey,
We're
hey.
live. It is the Christmas season. And did you know that in 2021, the African American community's spending power went up to like something like 1.4 trillion. It went up 171% from 2020. 171%. Our spending power went up 171% from 2020 to 2021. And yet,
Okay, so
our net worth went down by 14%.
yeah, I was going to ask, but so we're spending a lot of money on stuff and things, but we're not really making as much money and we're not saving and investing money. Is that what you're saying? We're lacking on that part?
I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is our net worth went down by 14% when our spending power went up by 171%. On top of that, white families have 8 times the wealth that the average Black family does. And let's see, and 5 times the wealth that the average Latino family has.
Well, we've been playing catch up with the white families for a long, long time.
True.
I mean, we've had a lot of things against us.
True.
To get to that.
True. But 52% of Black families find shopping in stores relaxing.
Nah.
52%, whereas only 26% of the nation, United States, of course, nationwide find it relaxing. So 52% versus 26% of the population at large.
I'm on the other end because shopping in stores does not relax me whatsoever. You got all those people and them little kids with colds and
sneezing and coughing and everywhere.
Don't cover their face.
But get this, we are 42% more likely to respond to mobile ads than the rest of the population. 42% more likely to respond to mobile ads. So what that says is we need to turn some of this stuff off, right? So we are going to talk about how we can change our mind about Christmas and what kind of gifts we should be giving instead of what we usually think about.
Give the gift that keeps on giving.
I think so. First, let's introduce ourselves. Hey, y'all. My name's Halisi.
And I'm Rick. Welcome to our Black Utopia.
On our channel, we talk about money, travel, and retiring abroad as we build generational wealth. So what we talking about today?
Trying to figure out ways to spend less money on Christmas, save more money on Christmas, and but make smarter choices in gifts that we want to give, especially to our young kids.
Exactly.
Grandkids, aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews.
Right? You do not want to go off of your FI journey during this season. That's for sure. That's for sure. But first, if you are new to our channel, then you might not know about 8 years ago, Rick and I got a wake-up call. Look, y'all, we were at retirement age. I always say getting close to. We were at retirement age, and we looked at our money, and it looked crazy. But about 4 years ago, we got our financial act together, and we went from negative 22,000 over 1.1 million in net worth. And if we can do it, y'all, you can do it too. Seriously.
It's been growing. It keeps growing.
It
keeps giving.
That's right. Well, and if you want to know how to do that, stick around until the end. So this author, Maggie Anderson, you've met her, I've met her. Mm-hmm. She wrote Our Black Year. The information to her book is below. She spent 1 year only buying Black, and it was a struggle. But one of the things that she taught us was that we are the biggest consumers of the French brand Hennessy Cognac. We've heard the rappers talking about Hennessy.
Let me tell you something. Hennessy Cognac been around so long. That was a drink in the club.
Back in the day.
That was in the club. Now it's the club.
Hennessy is owned by Louis Vuitton, who also owns Sephora, right? What else do they own? They own
Louis
another.
Vuitton.
They own Tiffany's. Okay, all right. So that is the brand that owns Hennessy. Let's see. This year they are scheduled to be bringing in $17 billion net, not gross. I think I asked for net. 17 billion.
And how much of that goes to the Black community?
All
Or
right.
filters back through the Black community?
All right, Hennessy. Because there would be no Hennessy if it wasn't for Black folks and the Black rappers. If you look back at their sales were fledgling until some rappers started talking about Hennessy.
Yeah.
Right? They also own Moet. All you can get is me a glass of Moet and just freeze. Right? All right. Okay, I'm aging myself. Anyway, they have given $1 million to an entrepreneurship fund. The Thurgood Marshall Entrepreneurship Scholarship Fund or whatever. 1 million. 1 million. Oh, and then Louis Vuitton does they promote a fashion show in Harlem to feature Black rising artists, art directors, folks who design clothing and whatnot.
A lot of things that the everyday Black person couldn't afford.
Well, I have no idea. I have no idea if these designers are making clothes that the average Black person can afford or not. But at least they are supporting Black businesses, but in a very, very small way for the amount of brand loyalty that we tend to show them.
And we are loyal.
We are very loyal. We are more loyal to brands than most other groups. But we understand that status symbols, impress the gatekeepers to jobs. Let's just be honest. We always knew. Grandma told us, don't be going out there in them dirty drawers. What if, right?
That's true. That's true.
Right? And so when we go for interviews and things like that, we have to dress to impress. We have to have the markers of success before we got in the part.
Yeah, it's funny. When I first came to Colorado and I went on my first job interview ever, I walked in there, dressed suited down, everything, shoe shine, just everything to the T. And I was the only one in there suited down. Everybody had jeans and T-shirts or what do they call them? The button down collar.
Right.
But they had jeans and tennis shoes on job interviews. And I asked the interviewer, I was like, so, I always taught, you dress for it. And she said, yeah, you're supposed to, but this is Colorado. Welcome to Colorado. And I was like, wow, I got the job.
It wasn't welcome to Colorado. It was welcome to what they get to do and what we don't get to do. That's what it was. It was crazy. Especially in those days. But, but the bottom line is that the tax system, et cetera, is favored against us. In other words, you get tax write-offs for being supportive of your kids, right? Up until a certain age, at least through college and maybe to 24, you get a tax write-off for supporting your kids, but you do not get a tax write-off for supporting your family members unless you are supporting them up to 50% of their livelihood. And yet, Black folks are super savers because we are more likely than not to be in the network of kinfolk and friends that assist financially, assist other family members financially other than our kids. And yet, especially for those who are caregiving, who are in that sandwich generation and are caregiving for their elderly parents, there is no tax write-off for that. Even though you are providing 10, 20, 30% of their livelihood, because it's not 50% or more, you don't get the tax write-off. So we know what the systemic problems are. We know that. And like Paula Pant says, you can afford anything, just not everything. So this Christmas season, what we're going to talk about is what you should be giving your kids instead of that latest toy. Look, I don't know about you, but my kids and our grandkids had enough stuff
Oh God,
to last a lifetime. And it is evident in the way they behave today. It is evident in the way they behave today. So the first thing that you should think about is a custodial Roth IRA. If your child has earned any income from a part-time job, so this is for tweens, teens, and if you've got a company, you can put your kid on payroll at home. If he or she has a specified set of duties that you decide to pay them for, hire them, put them on payroll, take out those taxes, let her start investing in Medicare and all of that right now, but also that gives them the ability to have an IRA. So they may qualify for a custodial Roth IRA. Again, we're not going to give the details of this stuff. You got to do your Googles and talk to your tax person about this. But a custodial Roth IRA is definitely something you should think about. Number two.
Definitely great to do. Education and savings investment accounts.
Yeah, like a 529 or a Coverdell education savings account. Both have their pros and cons. Both have some tax advantages, etc. One can only be used for college. The other can be used for other things for the kid. But this is something that you can invest in, and you can show, your son or daughter what they will be getting in the future. This is what it looks like to grow money. This is what it looks like when you let your money make money for you.
Yeah, I mean, we used to be able to, back in the day, it was buy savings bonds for your kids and let them mature 50 years down the road and stuff like that. I think I still have a savings bond that I bought for Ricky on our refrigerator. It's a $50 savings bond.
Yeah.
It's still in Denver. But, of course, they didn't have the custodial accounts that we knew of.
Right.
And stuff like that now. But they have all that kind of stuff now, and it's great investment tools, especially for instead of buying that toy that's going to get broken.
And 2 days later, they're going to be playing with the box.
Yeah, because they ain't thinking about it no more because it was hot then, but I got it now, so it's not important anymore to have. Or, buying something, instead of buying those Jordans, why don't you take that money and invest it?
Yeah.
For long term, for them down the road where they can add more money to it and turn around when they're ready to retire, it's growing.
Exactly.
It's grown.
Exactly. So, unless your kid is playing sports and has the plan to be, to get that college scholarship or something, it just doesn't make sense to invest that much money in sneakers unless they are being used in a way that's going to make future money, right? Like it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it makes Michael Jordan happy. And I love Michael Jordan, but I don't want to make him any richer.
Number 4, UGMA or UTMA custodial accounts, the Uniform Gift to Minors Act, right? So these accounts are the types of custodial trust accounts. The custodian can make contributions and invest that money into stocks, bonds, or mutual funds, ETFs, etc., to grow the account balance. But here's the thing, other family members can contribute as well. And the limits are based upon what the gift tax is. So the amount of money that you can give as a gift before you get taxed. All right. And so that is something to think about. And then number 5
is brokerage accounts.
Very easy.
Very easy. Check with the different brokerage companies. Fidelity is good. They launched one in 2021 for youth. I mean, you open the account for them. You can deposit money. They can deposit money. It's their account. So you can't come back later and you try to pull it out because that's a no-no. It's their account.
Right.
And you just add to it and let it grow.
Exactly. They can even buy fractional
They can buy
shares,
fractional shares.
etc.
Yes.
Right? So if they've got, if they get allowance or they have some small part-time job and they are willing to put, and you should encourage them to put, $5 in per week or something like that, they can still go ahead and buy those fractional
Right.
shares. And that can be a project that you two work on, or all of you work on, to make sure that
Or if you hired them.
Yeah, definitely. To make sure that they understand how money works.
Yeah.
Right?
That is so important.
Exactly.
So important.
Exactly. So this Christmas, we want to make sure that you stay on your FI journey. Do not let the commercialism of the season derail you. Black Americans specifically cannot afford that because of the systemic economic oppression that we've had to deal with, and that the fact that we have not been able to build up wealth generation after generation after generation like other folks could. It is important now more than ever that we make sure that we are setting ourselves up and the next generation up for future wealth.
So important.
We love y'all, and we're going to let you go. We will see you on Christmas Eve.
Yes.
We will see you on Christmas Eve, and we got some secrets to tell. So we love y'all. We see you guys in the chat. Marguerite, Mel and T, and everyone. We love you guys very much, and we will see you later. Bye, y'all.